Hello and welcome to another edition, episode 76 of the Are You Ready Wrestling podcast here on Newport City Radio. This week, I'm Luke and I'm going to kick off the podcast by talking about Roman Reigns and CM Punk.
Hi, I'm Curtis, and for my segment this week, I'm asking where does this leave Drew McIntyre and the WWE title?
Hi, I'm Jack. For my segment this week, I'll be going over our predictions for matches we could see at WrestleMania.
This is take 15 for us trying to start this podcast this week for numerous different reasons. It's going to stay in the studio, and I think it's probably for the best. Hiya, Jack. Are you okay?
Hello.
Nice to be nice to be back with us.
Nice to be back. Yes.
Someone that we always have delighted to have back with us is Curtis.
Yes. Hello.
The delightful Curtis.
Yes.
As he types away furiously at the whatever's annoying him this week, I'm sure we'll find out towards the end of the podcast.
Messaging our manager.
The road to WrestleMania is upon us. We spoke about the Royal Rumble at length last week. The road it's in front of us now. We can see the road. We're in the car. We're going forward.
It is.
We're speeding up. We're getting faster and faster and faster. We could see Allegiant Stadium in the background, but we could see Chicago. We could see the Elimination Chambers coming up first. But Monday Night Raw just took us, just sped us up 5 to 10 miles per hour, kilometers per hour, whatever you're listening to. And it just got me so excited for the next 10 weeks of WWE television with CM Punk and Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns, obviously, if you listen to last week's podcast, won the Royal Rumble match.
He did, yes.
And we weren't sure who he was going to face at WrestleMania. We were thinking probably CM Punk, because the story going on there with Drew McIntyre and Cody Rhodes. I think one of us might have said maybe they might get the title back on Cody Rhodes before WrestleMania, and we'll see Roman Cody 3 for the title. He made his choice.
He has.
In previous years, we've seen people go down to NXT and go over to SmackDown and, you know, kind of scout the competition. A little bit like what Liv Morgan did this week. She was on Raw, she was on SmackDown. Yes, Jack. He made his choice. Not because of anything else, but because he hated him.
Because he hates CM Punk.
It's CM Punk and Roman Reigns in the main event of WrestleMania. You'd imagine that's a night 2 main event.
Yeah, it'll be night 2.
Yeah, night 2. Yeah, it makes sense
to actually close WrestleMania this time, because you know, one of the main story points last year of CM Punk was he'd never main evented WrestleMania. But then you had the added caveat of it was night 1 main event, and people, you know, say, is that really a main event of WrestleMania? It looks like this year those doubters will be silent, and you will have a main event of night 2 to actually close out WrestleMania.
Yes.
Full stop.
I think it'll be Roman's 11. I think he's on for like 11 WrestleMania main events.
He's had a lot.
There is a lot.
He's had so many. Career. Including 2 in 1 year. Yes. If you remember WrestleMania 40, because he main evented both nights. Yeah, Jack, what did you think of this segment? Was it as good as I think it is?
Yes, it was. It was fantastic. The way the whole build for this match has been, as much as it's been only a week or so now. It's been incredible the way they've built this so far.
Yeah. Curtis, what do you think of... We know you're a big Roman Reigns fan. We know you're a big Bloodline fan with your love for Jey Uso as well. So what do you make of this?
I think it was quite obvious that it was going to be these two at WrestleMania. With Roman Reigns versus Punk. It's going to be them, obviously. And I think obviously it will be night 2. It will close out WrestleMania as a whole. And yeah, I think it's definitely the right choice. It's definitely going to be a good match, and I think it's probably the best one to announce. The first match of WrestleMania is the best one to announce right now.
I mean, it's probably your 2 biggest stars in the company.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
2 of the biggest names that you've got available to you. I don't know if this was always the plan, though. Because obviously you've got Seth in the mix.
Seth
is still in the mix there.
Seth obviously was champion before he got injured. So, do we think that we would have seen Punk Roman if Seth hadn't got injured? I know this is fancy booking. We'll come into a bit of fancy booking towards the end of this week's podcast. But do you think that we would have got Seth Roman one-on-one at WrestleMania for
100%.
the title if it wasn't for Seth's injury?
If it wasn't for Seth's injury, we would have 100% got that match.
There may be a WWE Unreal episode out of this.
Oof.
Because I would have liked to see what the WrestleMania plans were without Seth's injury. Because you think it would be Roman versus Seth. What's happening for CM Punk? Who does he face at WrestleMania? We see Bron Breakker, obviously, not to spoil anything coming up later, but we think he could face Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. If it wasn't for Seth's injury, that might not have happened. He might not have turned on the Bloodline. It's all a bit confusing and kind of what if scenario, but yeah, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, if we compare this though, just on this one bit alone, compared to last year, the two feuds we had for the world title going into WrestleMania with Jey Uso versus Gunther and Cena, who had just turned heel, and Cody Rhodes. I mean,
the level has definitely stepped up.
Is that fair to say, Curtis?
Slightly.
Yeah.
Why? Talk to me.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. That's all I got for you. It's just, yeah.
Jack, what do you think?
I think they've definitely stepped up their game, especially with last year's Mania being...
Do you think they saw the criticism from the fans and thought we need to do something here?
Yeah, they've changed.
Not even so much
drastically.
the criticism from last year's Mania.
It's just
all the way through the events like last year, and even at the Royal Rumble in Saudi, there was chants of saying, like, well, I can't really repeat some of them, but like, you know, there was chants basically saying Triple H is not doing a good enough job, we're not enjoying this. And I think it comes down to the fact of
he promises stuff.
They're still there though. They're still buying their tickets. They're still going to the show.
Of course, they're going to buy their tickets though. Of
course they are.
You know, like the booking could be terrible for the next 6 months. Say they, for instance, do come to Cardiff in August or July.
Yeah,
we're obviously going to buy tickets for it.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, you know, but I just think that they need to work on their booking, and I think that's what they're going to try and do for WrestleMania. They're going to try and, you know, build this up the best that they can, especially with the fact that people are annoyed it's going back to Las Vegas as well.
Yeah, because it was supposed to be in New Orleans, wasn't it?
Me being one of the people that's annoyed at the fact that they're going back to Las Vegas.
Why are you annoyed, Curtis?
Because the UK deserves a WrestleMania.
8 minutes into this week's podcast, there it is.
There's going to be 2 podcasts where I'm not going to say it, so you're gonna have to deal with it.
He's getting his thing in now.
I'm getting it in.
He is.
Yeah, because the Cena heel stuff, I think we can agree was a bit of a disappointment.
Yeah.
And Jey Uso versus Gunther was just a bit all over the shop and a bit weird. So yeah, they definitely needed, in my opinion, to just interest levels. You know, it's on ESPN, and they've got to justify to the fans paying all that money to go and see a WrestleMania. I mean, it's WrestleMania anyway, but do you think, considering this is the last WrestleMania in the US for 2 years, they want to make it as big as possible?
Yeah, they need to make a big lasting impression. If it is, like you say, going to be the last Mania in the US for a period of time.
Curtis, because we all know where WrestleMania is going next year, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Saudi Arabia.
Yes, it is. I think that there's so much scope between these two, and it's kind of like where we first saw Cody and Roman's feud. I don't know how much they'll try and get Paul Heyman involved, if at all. I mean, I know he's off with the Vision stuff and another mystery masked man, which I think will end up being Seth Rollins. Apparently, according to a report, Guess who was under the mask at the Royal Rumble?
Ooh. Who?
Logan Paul.
No.
Oh.
He's disputed that. He said it's not him, supposedly.
So who is it then?
Grayson Waller. Just kind of as more of a placeholder for Seth.
Yeah.
Because obviously Seth is still injured, and he's representing the WWE at the NFL for the Super Bowl this weekend.
Which is, when is it? When is it?
Tonight. And he met a certain Maxwell Jacob Friedman at one of the
Oh,
events.
I
They
seen
had
that.
they had a bit of a face-off.
Yeah.
That'll be a money match when it does happen eventually in their careers. So, do you think Heyman will get involved in this, Jack?
I don't believe so. No.
No?
I think he's tied up pretty much with the Vision stuff.
Would you like, in an ideal
for
world,
now.
though, would you like to see Heyman involved in this in some way, shape, or form?
Yes, I would. Possibly on CM Punk's side. I think because we've seen him on Roman's side enough now.
Curtis?
Yeah.
Heyman to be involved?
Yeah, I think it's quite obvious. I think Heyman will be involved in some way, shape, or form. How, why, when, God knows, but I'm sure it'll be.
Even if it's just a promo segment between the three of them, I think that would still be money. Curtis, I believe you hope for there to be another 2 or 3 matches at this kind of interest level going into WrestleMania.
Yeah, I do.
What do you think they'll end up doing for WrestleMania?
What? The predictions for...
No. In terms of if there are more, if there's a couple more like this, do you think they'll be probably the most anticipated WrestleMania ever?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Or would you consider maybe WrestleMania 40 to be, because we knew Roman was losing the title to Cody, etc., etc.?
I think WrestleMania 40 is the one to beat. I believe.
Can they do it though this year?
I believe so.
Do they have the storylines and everything in place to do it? Okay.
Well, they've already created 1 or 2 matches that are sort of in piquing interest from certain people.
One of them, Jack, Curtis, might not be doing that for a different reason. Talk to me.
So, yeah. We've obviously talking about Cody... No... Talking about Roman and Punk, not fucking Cody.
That needs to go out the podcast.
Fuck my life.
You're making my life so much fun, Curtis.
I know, but I'm fucking... I need to get off my phone is what I need to do. Because that's not helping anything.
Yeah.
Just can't help that I'm wanted. I'm like Luke. Sorry, mate. I'm joking. Anyway.
The only notifications I ever get is football scores.
Yeah, I mean, that is pretty true. All radio stuff, that's about it. So, yeah, we've talking about Roman and Punk, but there's another WWE title that's lurking around.
There is.
And there's a certain champion, Drew McIntyre.
Who's basically been buried by the 2.
So where does this leave Drew McIntyre as WWE champ if you've got Roman and Punk, the 2 biggest stars in WWE, going at it on night 2? Does Punk, does Drew McIntyre main event night 1? Or do they have the women's title for night 1? And do they have Drew, and do they have Cody versus Drew?
I mean, over previous years...
As the open of one of the nights.
As previous years, it's never necessarily been both titles, main event night 1 and night 2.
Yeah.
I feel this year could be slightly different purely because of the names involved, like Cody Rhodes and Drew and Jacob, potentially.
I think it'll open night 1.
If you look at last year, Gunther v Jey Uso opened night 1, and then just left a sour taste in everyone's mouth for the entire night. No offense to Jey Uso stands like Curtis over there in the corner, but and then if you look at the main event that year or last year was Punk, Roman, Seth, which didn't have a title on the line, but there was obviously a lot.
There was enough star power there.
Yeah, and a lot of creativity in terms of Heyman turning on both of them and going off with Seth, etc. And then the year before that, the main event of night 1 was The Rock and Roman against Seth and Cody.
Mm-hmm.
Year before that as well, you have the Usos against Sami Zayn, and so I think Kevin Owens, I just think it's probably what's best in terms of storyline.
Yeah.
Is this the best in terms of storyline? This is kind of why I wanted to talk about this today. Because after that promo segment on Monday Night Raw, it just made that title just feel really secondary.
They just sort of, as I said,
like, it's not as important anymore.
They've sort of like left him in the lurch, really. With the stuff they were saying about him, like, go for the easier option and all that jazz they were saying.
Yeah.
But
describing Drew McIntyre on that title as the easy way.
Yeah.
And although we do know in professional wrestling there is no easy way out.
No. It never is.
But I just felt like watching that on Raw, it was a real major burial of Drew McIntyre.
In a way, yes. But
they need to pull something out of the bag for this, I feel.
Which I believe they will. I believe it'll be a triple threat match between three people. Drew, Cody, and Jacob Fatu.
Yeah, I agree with Jack as well. I think it'll be Drew, Cody, and Fatu.
It's been building for a couple of weeks now.
Since the 3 Stages of Hell match, isn't it?
Yeah. And they've all attacked each other in their own sort of ways.
How do we get there? And I ask that purely from the standpoint of... It was announced on Friday Night SmackDown that next Friday, one of the qualifiers for the Elimination Chamber match will be Cody versus Jacob versus, I believe, Sami Zayn.
Oh, wow.
So, instantly there are 3 big names in WWE, 3 main event players. Only one of them can win to go onto the chamber. Oof. How do you get the 3rd person involved?
Does Drew McIntyre attack one of them during the match? And then maybe attacks Fatu or Cody. Say for instance he attacks Cody for instance. Fatu ends up winning. Cody then has a go at it, and then they end up playing it into further down the line that it'll be a triple threat, and Adam Pearce confirms it, or Nick Aldis will just say it's official. Something along those type of lines that they do to kind of get people in storylines and stuff like that.
Or do they? What about Sami Zayn then? Or is he just there to take the pin?
He's just there to take the pin.
I think so. Yeah, I think Sammy's there to take the pin.
Poor Sammy.
Which is a shame because he's done some great work lately.
And he also faced. I mean, when this match was announced, I sat up and thought, wow, because it was only last weekend that Sami Zayn faced Drew for the world title, was in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
So the 3 of them, all in their own right, have history with Drew McIntyre and a reason to be in the Elimination Chamber and go on to the event and arguably win the event and go to WrestleMania.
I think we could see Drew turn up ringside, like as you said, sit in a chair and possibly view the match for himself,
and then kind of
and then sort of have Jacob sort of go like face to face with him and have sort of a Barney between the two.
Cody and Drew has been going on now for forever, it feels like. Has it been dragged out too long? Would you like to see a change in feuds for Drew McIntyre?
I think after this is finished between the 3, I think Drew needs a change. Just change up his sort of style, face someone new. Maybe possibly a Finn Balor type person, I believe.
I feel like we'll see Finn Balor in the Elimination Chamber against Punk for the world title. It's in Chicago, so Punk probably should win.
Or have a match and win. It makes sense.
Especially, maybe Roman gets involved. I don't know, but Curtis, do you feel like Cody v. Drew has overstayed its welcome a little bit?
Just a little bit, yeah. I agree with you on that.
If you're Triple H then, and you feel like it's overstayed its welcome, what do you do?
Make it interesting.
How do you do that? What do you do? Do you add another person? Do you maybe get the belt off Drew? Do you maybe have someone else go after Drew? Cody goes after someone else? Randy Orton finally turns heel.
I think that's what they need to do, is get Randy to go after the title or something.
Yeah. They've
go after the title.
They've teased it a bit with, obviously, segments between Cody and Randy with certain things, but
he's mentioned it a couple of times, hasn't he?
Yeah.
That he's going after number 15.
He wants 15. And I think that's what they need to do to hype the match up a bit more.
Yeah, because it does feel that it's boring, and we just need some fresh feuds. Triple H.
I suppose they're trying to change it slightly with this triple threat match sort of looming.
Yeah.
The changes there.
Because
they just need to pull the trigger.
With Jacob involved, and this might kind of lead into my last segment, or the last segment in a minute. They still haven't they've referenced it, but they've not really explained who attacked Jacob Fatu and left him laying there and put him on the shelf for a couple of weeks. They haven't. They thought it was Drew McIntyre, but he keeps denying the claims. You could argue Cody. You could argue Randy. But I think it probably will end up being Randy, but they just haven't made any reference to it at all.
They haven't really built.
That's a problem.
Since
They've teased him going after the title for so long now, and him turning heel. They're not doing anything about it. Just get on with it. Just get on with it.
Just tell.
And the thing is, Randy's not going to be around for much longer.
No.
He's
Cena's just retired. AJ Styles is just retired.
I think he
Brock
said
Lesnar will be next.
He's got a couple more years, I think.
Brock will be next. Brock will be at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Who will be after Brock?
R-Truth.
He'll go on until he bloody dies, man.
Can you imagine Gunther versus R-Truth?
Oh,
Gunther versus R-Truth, and R-Truth is like 70. How long do we think this Gunther stuff is going to go on for with him retiring? Is he just going to... Do we see his last him retiring, the last person being at SummerSlam?
Maybe.
And Brock, he's the final one.
I think they'll do it until someone beats Gunther, where it's like, okay, it's Gunther, he keeps winning, he keeps retiring all these people.
Yeah.
He's done it to Goldberg, he's done it to Cena, he's now done it to Styles. And then someone will come along, like a Brock Lesnar, for example, or someone else.
Yeah.
And
sort of put him in his place, I suppose.
Kind of beat him. And I mean, I'm interested to see where the Dragon Lee storyline's going at the moment. I mean, Gunther choked him out on Monday Night Raw, but there's history there, obviously. The back end of last year, start of this year, Dragon Lee and AJ Styles were the tag champs, weren't they, Curtis? Before who beat them for the tag team championships?
Usos won it.
Should we move on to your segment, Jack?
Yeah, please hurry up with this podcast, because I want to go home now. I don't want to Greg's, I'm starving.
The road to WrestleMania took its shape quite a bit now, and we just want to give our predictions of possible matches we could see down the line if they fancy adding more.
10 weeks in advance. Look at us.
10 weeks. This is 10 weeks of
predictions
and jazz. But I'll get into mine first.
Go on then, Jack. What have you got?
I've got. I'll start with an obvious one. Brock Lesnar versus Obafemi.
Yeah, solid match. Solid match.
What do we think about Obafemi? Because there's always so many different ways to get someone up on the main roster from NXT.
Yeah.
You know, we've seen Trick Williams where he was in a promo segment with Sami Zayn and Randy Orton and whatever. We've seen Javon Evans just have match after match each week.
Mm-hmm.
He's the next. Obafemi is the next Brock Lesnar.
Yeah,
style.
they're gonna build him as that. I think.
If you know what I mean.
I think they are.
But yeah, Obafemi, in his first match, the War Raiders were in the ring, expecting a tag team to come out, and it was Obafemi, which I really liked because they played off as...
It's a nice way of building him up.
They expected a tag team, and because it was Obafemi, they didn't have time to re-strategize and regroup, and just left themselves exposed to Obafemi just being the dominant heel he is. And then on SmackDown, like, poor Kit Wilson. Poor Kit Wilson. He's got a great theme, and he seems to be connecting with the crowd, but poor Kit Wilson. Just got absolutely mauled by Obafemi and lost within, like, a minute or so. But I just really like what they're doing with Obafemi.
Yeah.
I think he'll just run through everyone until kind of Brock comes back and is like, oh, he'll be in the Elimination Chamber. Because Brock eliminated Obafemi from the Royal Rumble. Here's a bold prediction.
Okay.
Obafemi to eliminate Brock Lesnar from the Elimination Chamber.
Wow. I could possibly see that happening.
There's a bold prediction for you. Sorry, go on. What are some of your other matches?
My next, my final obvious one is Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker.
Yes.
I just believe that they're building to this now, and it's slowly coming to a crescendo. I think in the next couple of weeks, we'll see the storyline develop more. Personally, and one that's come out sort of.
Sorry, before you move on to another one, will Seth come back alone? Will he have a faction with him? Do you think we could see Austin Theory turn babyface and join Seth?
I think he'll come back alone.
Okay.
I think the Vision stuff, as much as I've enjoyed it, it's sort of hit a sort of.
It's kind of like another version of the Judgment Day, isn't it?
It's hit sort of a ceiling with certain things because I think they're building.
It's the same thing each week, isn't it? And it's like they come out, they do this, they do that. It's very samey. It's very samey stuff, and it's not good. It's not what we want. We want new, fresh storylines.
I mean, technically, this is fresh because we haven't seen Seth versus Braun before.
And
that part will be good. Just kind of
I think that'll just end the sort of group thing between the.
Because when Austin Theory kind of returned, that was one of the theories that he was working for Seth, and he was kind of like an inside man for Seth. Do you not see that happening, Jack?
Potentially as a storyline they could go down, yeah. But it'll just be nice, fresh to see Seth on his own again. They could possibly bring back the. I've seen reports say they possibly could bring back the Messiah gimmick he had previously, but we'll see.
We'll see.
My a bit of a left field one, but I think this is going to happen in the next couple of weeks. Charlotte Flair versus Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, they led to it at the Rumble, didn't they? They kind of teased it at the Rumble.
With them being 1 and 2.
And I think the cracks will start showing in the next couple of weeks. They'll break up before Mania.
They're going to have another breakup. There's going to be a breakup.
It's
going to be a breakup, ladies and gentlemen.
They'll have a program going into Mania.
Hey, at least it won't be Death Taxes and Charlotte Flair get a title match for WrestleMania.
I don't think it'll. True. I don't think it'll involve a title.
It won't involve.
It won't.
I don't think so.
Do you know? I actually miss the old looking belts, like the SmackDown and Raw belts.
They were just generic WWE titles with
just
a different colour behind them.
Yeah, but they looked cool though. They looked a bit better.
Anyway.
Anywho,
what are your thoughts, Curtis?
So I reckon
matches.
I reckon at Mania we're gonna get. So the first and obvious kind of one is Liv and Stephanie.
Yeah.
Liv won the Rumble. It'll be she'll be Stephanie, and there you go.
Do you think that the Judgment Day will end before WrestleMania?
Yeah.
Yes. I think if it's not Finn, they'll end it with like
it'll be
stuff.
I think they'll split, and it'll be Dom and Finn as well.
Do you think? Hang on, you're just pointing my segment here. Hang on, no. Do you think?
I knew he was going to say that.
Do you think Dom and Liv will still be together in kayfabe?
Oh no. No.
Or do you see?
I don't think so, but I reckon.
No.
Well, I think they might do, but Jack's hoping they're not. Some of the jokes we made earlier. Oh, he's got his fingers crossed away. I think another one would be the Bella Twins versus Rhea and Io for the.
You've said a few cool ones, yeah.
What can I say? I'm a genius. I'm going to take Triple H. I'm coming for the job. I'm coming for the lot, and I'm coming for the jackpot. I'm coming for how much money you get. Christ, I'd love to see that in my bank account every week. Coming for the lot, coming for the jackpot. And the last one, before we go on to Luke, because obviously I stole one of his. I could steal a few of his, to be fair. They're quite good. Jade versus Bianca. Good shout. My final one, and my actual one, is Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee.
The Bella Twins one will be interesting. I think that's 90% close to happening.
Yeah, because they came out Monday Night Raw and said they were the kind of the original women's tag team.
They're gunning for the tag team titles, I believe.
And they want the titles, and which I can understand. And it'll be interesting to see just the dynamic between the four of them.
And it'll just freshen up the tag team scene a bit more.
Yeah, considering two big names as well in terms of the Bella Twins and Rio, who are all doing some really good work. James is with us in the studio.
Anyway,
hi Jay.
Four letters, one word.
You sound like Batman.
I know. I'm Batman.
What are your thoughts, Luke?
Yeah, Luke. What's your thoughts? Come on, then.
So
said half of them.
Matches.
You said all of them. So I'm gonna kick off and say Dominic Mysterio versus Finn Balor for the Intercontinental title. I have a sneaky feeling that we could see some kind of interference in the Elimination Chamber. I feel like we probably are going to get another match between Punk and Finn.
Yeah.
Kind of the original match was on Finn's home turf, so I think the rematch is going to be on Punk's home turf kind of thing. So I think that we'll see that, and I think it'll be a new champion, because I feel like Finn's going to get a big push this year.
Yeah, I want to see him get a big push.
Which we've kind of seen so far, with him kind of going back to his babyface ways, having his old babyface music back, and
they wouldn't have...
he's in more of a split from the Judgment Day.
They wouldn't have had him attack Punk if they didn't see a bright future for him.
I mean, in WWE and Real, when we saw some of the plans for SummerSlam, one of the matches was going to be Finn against Dom, wasn't it? Demon Finn against Dom.
It was, yes.
So I just think we could see that happen, and I think we'll see a new champion there. This second one is kind of hoping more than what I think, and that's Jade versus Bianca Belair. Some people, quite a few people, thought Bianca was a great shout to win the Rumble.
She wasn't in it.
And she never showed up.
No.
I mean, she has a finger injury.
A finger injury. Just a finger injury. Surely she can wrap it up and just, get on
but
with
it could be really difficult to move a finger, or to grip, or to grapple, or to pick people up.
Yeah.
Instead of having Bianca in, they should have got Saraya in, a.k.a. Paige. I will stick by that, and if she's not in next year's Rumble, or she doesn't come back before then, there's going to be big problems between me and Mr. Baldy Triple H. What's it like to have no hair?
Okay. Jack, would you be excited to see Jade versus Bianca? Because I feel like even before Jade Cargill was in WWE, that was always the dream match, was Jade Bianca.
Yeah, but I'm more swaying towards Jordan Grace.
Okay.
Her against Jordan Grace. I think they've built that now, and I think that's where they should take it if Bianca's still not available. I
mean, we're going to see at SmackDown this coming Friday. I think it was announced on SmackDown. What do you think is going to happen there? Do you think we could see an interference from someone? Do you think we could see... What do you think could happen?
I'm not really sure. But I'll see how it plans out. I'll be watching.
Yes. What do you think Tiffany Stratton could do? What will Tiffy time be up to at WrestleMania, Curtis?
God knows.
Jack? Nia Jax again for the 50,000th time?
No. I think she could possibly go after one of the mid card titles.
Okay.
Possibly, because I know obviously she's won quite a few world titles now, and I think she deserves to. The belts are there for taking, I believe.
I've got another one in mind that I haven't written down, so you can't steal this one, Curtis.
Oof.
It's a mask versus mask match between the original El Grande Americano and the current El Grande Americano.
So, Chad Gable versus Ludwig Kaiser.
Basically, yes.
Basically, yeah.
Hilarious.
In a mask versus mask match, which...
And whoever wins, well, whoever loses takes the mask off or something.
That's what mask versus mask is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I think Gable will probably lose because I think Kaiser's really dedicated himself to the role. He's speaking Spanish. He's wearing the Mexican T-shirt and he's really
and Chad Gable's boring. I can't lie.
I think he's better as Chad Gable. I mean, he's a great wrestler.
He's a great wrestler. He's just boring now. His character's boring.
Who would you have lose the mask versus mask match? Which El Grande Americano would?
Chad Gable.
Yeah, it's got to be Chad Gable, surely.
Yeah. Another one I have, because I don't know, I can't
How many
see.
have you got?
Well, I had 4, but then that other one came to mind, so technically I got 5.
We were only supposed to have
5.
3, weren't we? Or
Yeah.
2?
I asked you to name me as many as you could.
And it's turned into about bloody 20.
Anyway,
Anywho.
Randy Orton versus Jacob Fatu is one, I think. Hang on, let me tell you how.
So,
Yeah, how?
Randy is going to be revealed to be the one who attacked Jacob Fatu, right? Which then turns Randy Orton heel, which takes Jacob Fatu out the world title scene, which means that we will see the feud between Randy and Jacob.
His brain.
okay. Fair enough.
And then the last one, for the US title, we will see Trick Williams against Carmelo Hayes.
And who wins that?
Ooh.
Trick.
Probably Trick,
Yeah, Trick.
Whoop that trick.
I think.
I believe.
Look, whoop that trick.
Indeed. I'm looking forward to WrestleMania. It feels like there's, especially with some of these recent call-ups, it feels like there's a bit more life to breathe
It's definitely hotting up the
in
match
WWE
card.
at the moment. And this is, we've not mentioned AEW once this. Well, we mentioned MJF.
Oh,
What do you think of AEW at the moment, Curtis? Thumbs up. I agree. Thank you, Jack.
thank you.
Thank you, Curtis.
No problemo.
Thank you for listening to another edition of the Are You Ready Wrestling podcast. We'll see you soon.